Welcome everybody to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures whilst glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, because I suck at that. And excuse me. Oh, keep social distance, please. And there are already so many great reviews on YouTube who do such a great job reviewing action figures already. And they know so much more about it than I do, like character history, accessories, etc, etc, etc. And I just focus on articulation, so why waste your time with anything other than that, right? Right. First and foremost, I just hope, once again, I hope everyone's staying safe and keep your social distancing and drink a lot of water, eat your vitamins, all that good stuff in this time of quarantine and pandemic and all that stuff. So without further ado, today's review is going to be on the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi figure. It's a 1/12 scale 6-inch action figure using a body mold we're very, very familiar with. Those of you who collect Marvel Legends know, whether you love it or you hate it, they do reuse and reuse a lot of the same body molds over and over again. It could be a good thing, it could be a not so good thing, depends on how you look at it. The good thing about it is that you know what you're getting. If you immediately when you know the body mold beforehand, and you've owned other figures in the past that have the same body mold, you know before you get the new figure what to expect. Shang-Chi uses the Sunfire / Spidey 2099 body mold that Marvel Legends has been using pretty frequently in the last, and Bullseye pretty frequently in the last 3 years. Like I said, it's Sunfire uses the body mold, the Walgreens exclusive, Silver Surfer uses the same body mold. So if you have these figures or any other figures in the line, you know exactly what you're getting. However, I will say this before I get to the actual articulation and the measurements, that even though it is the same body mold with the exact same points of articulation, oh, it's got a little scratch right, a little thingamajiggy right there. Even though you know exactly what you're getting, and the points of articulation is exactly the same with all these figures, he comes with a bunch of hands. Like right here, he comes with these open kind of claw hands, and these are not the same hands, by the way. This is more of a sort of claw hand here, and this is another claw hand, but where the two fingers are more separated than peeking in the ring finger, the front two and the other two. And he comes with two of these, one left, one right, and two of these, one left, one right, and two closed fisted hands for punching, and weapon holding hands for holding the nunchucks, and I believe he comes with like a staff maybe. And he comes with these open karate chopping hands. So he comes with, I think, 4 pairs? No, he comes with 5 pairs of hands. So he comes with 10 hands altogether. 5 different pairs, I believe it is. So I think, even though, like I said, that the points of articulation are exactly the same in all these molds that they've used, because he comes with so many different hands, it gave me anyway the illusion that he can do he can hit so many more poses of articulation because of the hands that you could swap in and out, if that makes any sense. And at the end of this video, I will attach a bunch of photos that I've taken with the different hands, and you'll see what I mean. But this video won't be too long because, like I said, we've seen this body mold so many times already in the last, I don't know, 2 years, starting with these guys and other figures, that we come to kind of know what to expect with this body mold. But for those of you not familiar with Marvel Legends, I'll show you what I mean. So first of all, he stands at about just under 6.5. What would you call that there? 6 and a quarter, maybe between 6 and a quarter, 6.5. So he's a good size 6-inch figure. The head articulation is typical for this mold. Okay, he can look up that much, goes all the way around. He can look down all the way here. The back of the head, he does have this headband that's very, very long, and it curls So that's kind of cool. It gives the effect of action. He does have a lot of hair in the back, which does affect his particular upward head mobility, as opposed to, say, Sunfire, which he can look all the way up, like that. So that's one difference. More range for any head with less hair in the back, but that's come to be expected. He can go all the way out, really far up. Little, what I call the hot tub pose. All right, swivel here, double jointed elbows, really great, really good range at the elbow. As you can see, he can scratch his own back, always a good sign. He has a great, and of course the butterfly joint articulation, which is a true butterfly joint because it is a what do you call it? Not a hinge, but it's a peg that goes all the way through. So he could go that far back. From here's the top view, and he can go this far forward. And here, that's what it looks like from the top. So he can hug himself. He can scratch his own back. He can do. I don't know if you guys are swimmers, but he can do the butterfly stroke really well. If you want to look like that, that's really cool. The wrist peg, fully articulated, fully bent. Either way, he's got, of course, the swivel here, the articulation, ab crunch forward, back extension. There you go. He could do a split. I would have wished he could do a better split, but like all figures in this mold, it's that's about as far as you get. That's about as far as you get. So it's very typical of this mold. So he doesn't there's no improvement on the split from this point of view. From this guy here. Upper thigh swivel. Goes double jointed knee, kick his own butt. Really cool. A typical Marvel Legends. Oh, he's got a boot cut here, right underneath the cuff of his pants. He can go all the way down, all the way up in terms of his foot, and it's got a great pivot. He does not, however, have. Holy cow! Let me see if I can. He does not have peg holes in his feet, which is weird, because all other figures in this mold have foot peg holes. Well, not Silver Surfer there, but generally these figures have foot holes, peg holes in the feet. He does not. So, in terms of articulation, any other figure that you've seen reviews on using this body mold, the articulation is exactly the same. But because of the options you have in all the different hands that you could use, he comes across as being a much more fun player to pose, and a figure that I'm constantly noticing that I just grab off my desk or grab from my closet and just start putting him in poses. And definitely as an artist, I would be more prone to be using him in some of my as a model in some of my compositions than other figures, even the ones that have the same articulation. So in this sense, even though the strictly articulation is the same, but because of the hands, it gives him more of a playability, more posability at that. So if you can get your hands on this guy, get him. Right now, you can't really find him for I think $20 if you can. Great, grab him. But if not, I think he's worth it, especially if you're an artist and you're just looking for a shirtless, barefoot dude. All right, take it easy.